All right, so Lisa says, I am frightened to be in a relationship. All right, so let me use this as the example. I'm frightened to be in a relationship. So I would then say to her, if I was coaching her, what's frightening about being in a relationship? Or we would look at, how does it make you feel to believe that you're frightened to be in a relationship? Well, probably she'd probably say something like, I don't know, I feel rubbish. How do you desire to feel instead? Well, I desire to feel safe and excited about being in a relationship. Okay, so what do you need to believe to feel safe and excited about being in a relationship? And so then from that space of knowing what her desire is instead, the self-loving, full of potential and possibility desire, not the fear-based desire that's telling her she can't have it because it's scary. Like, how could we create an affirmation from that place? So I'm just sort of jumping into Lisa's head, and I'm going to presume that she wants to feel safe instead of frightened. So the affirmation might be, Lisa, my suggestion, but you've got to play around with this so that it feels true for you. What I say doesn't make it right, because I'm not coaching you right now. We're doing a Q&A. It's very different. But I would suggest, perhaps, I feel safe with my man would be a beautiful affirmation, instead of I'm frightened to be in a relationship. So I feel safe with my man. She said, I am not interesting or fun. That was one of mine once upon a time, by the way. So a suggested affirmation might be something along the lines of, my man thinks I am incredibly interesting and loves how fun I am. Yeah, so my man thinks I'm interesting and fun, and that's all that matters. I'm not beautiful to keep the attention of a man. So a nice affirmation could be, my suggestion, you don't take it or leave it, my man finds me incredibly desirable. I am too old. An affirmation, this is kind of more of a statement, might be something like, my man is so grateful for my wisdom and life experience. He's glad he met me at this age now, wise, mature, and open. Like, I'm so glad that I met James at the age I did at, how old was I? 42. Then if he'd met me 10 years earlier, I was a nightmare. I was really hard work. I had so many insecurities, and I did not know how to respond to life. I was very much a bit longer than 10 years ago, to be fair, but I was very reactionary. He's got the best version of me. He's got the mature, more wise version. I'm still a work in progress in many ways, but he's up for that, and we work together. I think age is a wonderful thing when it comes to relationship. I have too much baggage. So how about an affirmation along the lines of, I have a tapestry of life experience and have learned, healed, and evolved enormously. She said, I can't have a relationship because I manage a special needs child. And for me, when I read that, I felt this sort of scarcity energy. And I know I talked about this last night, and I really want you ladies to hear me. It's what calling in your soulmate is it's all about being in an abundance mindset. So I am going to be offering you a training around this later on, but it's so important to harness an abundance mindset. Not only will that help you call in your guy, it's going to help you call in more money. It's going to help you have a better, experience of your career. Everything will shift when you are in an abundance mindset. Scarcity is so kind of shriveled up and repelling. I can't have a relationship because I manage a special needs child, to me has a very scarcity energy around it. I totally I understand where that would come from. My affirmation to that is, there is more than enough love, patience, and kindness for us all. Now, that might not be exactly sitting true for you, Lisa, but I would like for you to explore an affirmation that brings in abundance. Do you know what I mean? It feels really juicy. There's more than enough for everybody. Yeah, and I know I was talking about this on the live last night, when we have fears about our children and introducing them to the new man, and especially if they do have some sort of special needs of any description, it can feel really, really frightening, and the fear can feel very real, and I get that. And an abundance mindset would be opening you up to the possibility that child's life could improve because of your relationship. That child's life could improve because you're putting yourself first, doing the work on yourself, you have more to give, more patience, more love, you are more healed, you are modeling a healed human being to your child so that they can replicate that healthy, wonderful, healed modeling. You could bring in a really awesome, healed man to be a beautiful role model for your child. Like, there's so much potential and possibility available to your child when you step into an abundance mindset. Like, what could be amazing about that, rather than the lists and lists you could write about what could be scary and fearful and terrible about bringing a guy in. Like, I get it, you could write those lists, but we get to choose our beliefs. This is what I think is very, very exciting. I love mindset work. It's very exciting. Because while you're walking around believing I'm not enough, there are people in the world walking around believing, yeah, I'm so much more than enough, and that's just normal to them. Their conditioning and programming and life experiences are such that it's absolute fact to them that they are more than enough. Or there's, very wealthy people in the world that have just kind of always been wealthy, always known they're going to be wealthy. It's just like, it doesn't even occur to them that there wouldn't be enough money for them ever. It just doesn't even occur to them. And I think that's really interesting, because we can choose the thoughts that bring us what we want. It takes some work to choose the thoughts and to rewire our mind. Like, it doesn't just happen overnight. But we do get to, like, if you can imagine, for any belief, there's multiple options and variations and opposites to that belief. We just get to go, okay, so this belief makes me feel like shit. What would I need to believe to feel good? I'm going to choose that one. Who says that you're right or wrong? Who says that your limiting belief is right or wrong? It doesn't matter. It's not about right or wrong. It's about how it makes you feel and the results you're getting in your life as a result. So that's what's very cool about this work. You choose a belief that actually is going to serve you. And our affirmations help us to kind of support and nurture and nourish us while we're creating that new and rewiring that new belief. It's very fun. Very, very fun. Okay, so that was to help Lisa. So I hope that's helpful, Lisa.